Yeah, welcome back to the house where we talk news, celebrities, and hot topics. I just want to let y'all know that Tamar Braxton is full of shit. Tamar Braxton is full of shit. She's always just portraying this image like, I've grown and I'm bigger and I'm better. It's like your entire personality is you trying to grow as a person. You always talking about how you've changed and you're grown and you're moving on and you're moving forward and you're this and you're that and you're that. How can a man say? And I had so many comments under my post talking about, well, maybe Tamar Braxton grew up and maybe she doesn't want to be on TV fighting with strangers, and fighting with your sisters on TV is different than fighting with strangers because it's not real and do. Did y'all forget who Tamar Braxton was? Y'all really think that lady changed? Tamar Braxton doesn't fight for fake. Tamar Braxton is not arguing with women for fake. If Tamar Braxton is having an argument, it's because Tamar Braxton feels a ways and wants to have an argument. And we all know that Tamar Braxton is going to choose the argument every single time. And so when you put it in that context of who Tamar Braxton is as a person, that's not fake drama. That's not contrived, manufactured drama. That's not fighting strangers for the hell of it, just for a TV check. That's fighting strangers. That's arguing with strangers because you want to, because you're naturally a combative, argumentative person. You're a naturally shady person. You naturally get into beef after beef after beef. K. Michelle, Iyanla Vanzant, Candy Burris Tucker, the rest of the goddamn cast of Big Brother. Weren't those strangers, Tamar? You were fine to get paid. As long as it's a white show on CBS, you're fine to get paid to argue with a bunch of strangers. Okay, granted, maybe she grew, but I'm gonna tell y'all in a second how she ain't grow, but listen, stay with me. You get your ass up there on CBS Big Brother and you'll argue with them people. You'll argue with Candy Burris Tucker and all them other people that was in that damn house because she was the most argumentative one. I'm surprised she did some reverse psychology on them people, because usually the people that stir up all the shit and that's arguing with everybody in the house on regular Big Brother is the first people to go. That's rare. Unless you can win some competitions. You can't be sucky at every competition and still try to argue the house down, child. Okay, I think there's only been one man to like really just argue with everybody. He was a menace to the Big Brother house. He was like some Hispanic dude. He might have been like the first gay winner, if I'm not mistaken, but it was a few years ago, like 2018, 2019. When I tell you he started all the drama and fought with every person, man and woman in the house, it was exhausting and ended up weaseling his way. But that's probably because, okay, now it's making sense how you can win and still suck at the competitions and argue everybody down, because they don't see you as a threat. And so they keep you. And then once you're there for, up to, so many weeks, you just end up surprisingly winning because nobody was threatened by you in the first place. Anyways, that's a different conversation for a different day. But yeah, you'll argue with strangers on CBS Big Brother, a white platform, for some cash, but you won't argue with the black ladies. Okay. But no, Tamar Braxton is grown. She's a different person now. She's she's different. She's a grown woman. Shout out to Beyonce. We'll get to Beyonce in just a second. But wasn't Tamar Braxton just calling Tommy Lee a crackhead 2 days ago? Wasn't this lady just arguing with Candy just less than 365 days ago? And now she's trying to reignite. It seems to me that she's trying to reignite a feud with Miss K. Michelle just 2 days ago, when she was on the Crazy Sounds podcast. I think it's We Something Crazy. We Sound Crazy. I think it's the We Sound Crazy podcast, a music podcast, where they had Tamar Braxton on, and they're talking about Cowboy Carter, Beyonce's Cowboy Carter. How do you feel about Cowboy Carter, Tamar? She goes, oh my God, it makes me so happy that, we have black representation in country music. It's important. And now we have all of these other black country stars and, You know, they're doing this, they're doing that, they're doing the third. It started off real positive. Then all of a sudden she goes, but yeah, they need to represent us right though. If you're a black person and you're gonna do country, you need to represent us right, because I heard a black country artist or somebody singing black country music and it sounded a hot goddamn mess. Okay, so before we knew who Shabuzi was and Tanner and them girls, okay, and isn't there a black man named Darius and then another Michaela Guyton? Okay. Y'all think she's talking about one of them? One of those people's black country artists? Y'all think she's talking about them people? I mean, there's not that many. I'm sure there's plenty of black country artists, but there's not too many like really, really, really popular ones, especially ones that have been in the news in the past few weeks because of Beyonce's Cowboy Carter, because they were either on the album or got sent flowers by Beyonce because Beyonce don't want to step on anybody's toes. K Michelle, because K Michelle has been in the black country space before Beyonce was. Tamar, you've been feuding with K Michelle since 2013. We are in 2024. A decade plus feud, child. So of course K Michelle gets offended. Now, is there a possibility that Tamar Braxton wasn't talking about K Michelle? Sure. Because Tamar Braxton did do a live and she said, if I wanted to mention K Michelle, I would have just mentioned K Michelle. I'm not afraid to mention names if that's who I was talking about. Then who were you talking about then? You see how what you're saying don't even add up? You refuse to say who you talking about. Because she said, oh, I was listening to some black country music, somebody, and they sounded a mess. I'm paraphrasing. If you don't have an issue with putting a name on it, why did you sit up there on that damn podcast and say that you didn't want to name no names? And then 2 days later, you say, well, I don't have no problem naming names. You clearly do. So is there a possibility that Tamar Braxton wasn't talking about K Michelle? Sure. But I don't buy it. So K Michelle went onto the internet and called her a Muppet for the 30th time. And then Tamar Braxton took to Twitter and said, I wasn't talking about you. But this is the same woman that's supposed to be so above fighting with strangers, fighting with other black women onto a TV screen. I mean, I don't buy that shit. I'm not buying what she's selling. So y'all let me know how y'all feel about everything in the comments down below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to create a great day.